I got a comment asking if I could recreate the animation from one of Gaku's videos. I opened it and in the intro I found an extremely aesthetic UI animation in Apple style. Just have a look. So in this tutorial you're gonna learn how to create smooth bouncing movement while still maintaining that minimalistic approach. Shout out to Gaku for inspiration, and that being said, we're gonna get straight into Adobe After Effects. Alright, we're back in software. Here we got the comp settings. Today we're gonna be working with 4K, so we're gonna have a crispy animation. Here we got the inspiration for today, so we're gonna be recreating that. We're just gonna flip the colors because the avatar I created for today has a white background. So yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit different, but pretty much the same. So I created this with Messenger, so basically you can do the same, or you can just go to the description below and grab the exact same avatar. So I'm gonna leave you a Google Drive link so you can work with that as well. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is just decrease the scale. And then what we wanna do is create a stroke around it. So I'm gonna grab the ellipse tool and I'm just gonna create a circle. I'm gonna recenter and I will swap fill with stroke. And I'll make sure it's exactly in the middle, like that. You can adjust position in shape transform. We're gonna bump up the stroke with a bit. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm gonna call it outline. And then what we wanna do is go to add over here, and we're gonna pick trim paths. I'm gonna open it up, and I'll keyframe end. I'll move it forward, and we're gonna change it to 0% in the beginning. Right, so that's what we're gonna have. I'm gonna extend it, and then I'm gonna hit F9 for these two. Bro, this animation is so funny. Alright, so what we want to do now is actually bump up the width a little bit for the stroke, and we're gonna increase the size. I'm gonna also adjust the position. Yeah, this seems to be pretty much perfect. Also, this is important, we actually have to go over to the line cap and we're gonna change it to round. So that way you're gonna have the ending rounded like that. So before and after, it's just gonna look a little bit more clean. But if we take a look at the inspiration over here, you're gonna notice that we got a different color for that line, like Insta Story, so we're gonna recreate it. So in order to do so, I'm gonna apply 4-color gradient to this. And here we just need to mess around with the colors to achieve that Instagram look. So I'm gonna change yellow to something purple. Let's hit OK. Here as well, we're gonna pick something bluish or purple. And then as for the last color over here, we're gonna pick something orange. Okay, and then if we zoom out, we're gonna have 4 points. So I'm just gonna squeeze it in like that. And this actually already reminds of Insta Story. So I think we're gonna leave it like that. So now we need to make sure to parent our outline to avatar, just like that. So that way, whenever we move avatar, also we're gonna move the outline. And then we wanna grab the type tool and we're just gonna type in the nickname. I'm gonna use mine. Let's recenter, drop it a bit higher. And here we kind of want to have a thin font style. So we're going to go for regular probably. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to probably bump up the font size a bit. Make sure to have it in the middle and then drag it a bit towards the left. Then what I'm going to do is create that blue check. So for this, we're going to grab the star tool and we're just going to create something like that. So if you use your scroll wheel, then you're going to be able to change the amount of points. Or if you don't have a scroll wheel, you can always go over here to the points and change it here. So what you want to do is turn off the stroke and turn on the fill. And here we're going to pick a blue color. Alright, seems pretty good. I'm gonna probably scale it down over here. And then what we wanna do is grab the pen tool. And with that layer selected, I'm just gonna create a check like that. Now we just need to flip it, so make sure shape 1 is selected and we're gonna change fill with stroke. Alright, it's a bit too thick, so we're gonna decrease the stroke width. And then we're gonna change the line cap to round and also the line join. Alright, we need some adjustments over here. This should do. Then I'm definitely gonna change the stroke width. And by the way, if your spikes are a bit too sharp, you can always adjust them over here. Just like that. I'm gonna rename it to blue check. And then we wanna grab the pen tool again and we're gonna create a little arrow. Just like that. Make sure to use the white color for this. And we're also gonna round everything up. Okay, I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna adjust it a bit. I'm gonna rename it to arrow. And then what you could do is just duplicate the nickname and drag it to the right, and we're gonna actually type in 3 dots. Then what I wanna do is duplicate the nickname again and I'm gonna drag it lower. And here what you wanna do is just change the font style to something bolder. We might pick semi-bold. I'm gonna probably just decrease the scale for the blue check a bit. Okay, a little adjustment over here. Alright, so this is our starting position, and what we want to do is add a little bit of movement to everything. So what I'm gonna do is probably start off with avatar. So I'm just gonna select it, hit P, create a keyframe for position, and then I'm gonna move it forward. And we're gonna change Y position and drag it lower to the bottom of the screen. Right, so that's what we're gonna have. I can't with this animation. So we're gonna leave it like that, and then we're gonna add the expression. So all you need to do is just go to the comment, grab the expression I left for you, and we're gonna paste it in the expression window. So in order to open up expression window, you need to alt click the stopwatch for position, and then you just hit Ctrl V. Let's just squeeze it in a bit for a faster movement. And then what we want to do is select everything above the outline, and then we're going to create a keyframe for position. We're going to move it forward and we're going to drag it lower like that. Then make sure to add the expression to everything. So alt click the stopwatch for position, paste the expression like that, and we should be good. Alright, so now everything has the same movement, so we need to kind of offset the keyframes, and that way we're going to be able to achieve different looks. So let's select all the keyframes for position over here above the outline, and I'm going to drag it to the right. Okay, already a pretty cool look. I'm also going to apply opacity keyframes, but not to everything. We're going to only pick the upper 3 layers. So I'm going to hit Alt-Shift-T, then I'm going to move them forward, and I'm going to change it to 0 in the beginning. In the middle. Okay, I'm going to also select them and hit F9. So what we're gonna do is add typewriter effect to both nicknames. So I'm gonna select one of them and then I'm gonna find typewriter effect. Okay, I'm gonna definitely squeeze in the keyframes. Just like that. Okay, I'm looking for the sweet spot here. And then what we're gonna do is make sure to go to Animator 1, copy, and we're gonna paste it in the exact same position for the other nickname. Okay, pretty cool. I'll just squeeze it in just a bit. Alright, now we need to play around with the keyframes a bit, so make sure to go to the position keyframes. And what we want to do is select the arrow, we're going to select both keyframes and we're going to drag them back by 2 or 1 frame. Alright, so this is already going to give us a bit different look. Now I'm going to offset the blue check by 1 frame, and then as for the dots, I'm going to offset them by 2 frames. Alright, as I'm looking at this animation, it's pretty cool, but it's a bit too slow. So we're going to select everything, hit P, and I'm gonna select last keyframes for each of the layers, and I'm gonna drag them back by 2 frames. Alright, way better. Alright, so now what I would like to do is have that outline close up a bit later. So I'm gonna hit U, and I'm gonna extend the second keyframe. Alright, we're gonna need one more component, which is gonna be a text bubble over here. So in order to do so, we need to grab the ellipse tool. So press, hold, and grab the ellipse. And we're just gonna create a little circle like that. I'm gonna recenter. Now let's rename it to text bubble. And then what you wanna do is drag it a bit towards the right. Then we're gonna duplicate ellipse 1. And we're just gonna drag that ellipse a bit lower. We can scale it down with the size like that. And then we're gonna duplicate ellipse 2 one more time. And we're just gonna put it here. Now I'm gonna scale it down again. And something like that should do. Alright, so that's what we have, and now what we're gonna do is create another ellipse so we can actually duplicate number 3. I'm gonna drag it over here and I'll change the color to white. Let's hit OK. I'm gonna scale it down, and then what you wanna do with ellipse 4 selected is keyframe opacity in shape transform. I'm gonna make sure to go back like that and I'll change it to 0. Now I'll move forward and I'm gonna change it to 20%. Right, so it goes from 0 to 100 and then to 20. Now I'm gonna alt click the stopwatch for opacity and I'll type in loop out with empty brackets. So you can click this and then click away. I'm gonna extend these keyframes so it's a bit slower. And then what you wanna do is duplicate number 4. I'm gonna drag it to the right while holding shift, and then I'm gonna duplicate it one more time. And with number 6 selected, I'm gonna drag it to the right. Probably a bit more, yeah, should be fine. Then hit U for the text bubble and we're gonna drag these keyframes to the right, like that, and something like that should do. Right, if I solo it out, we're gonna have that effect. Then around the time when the outline is closing up, we're gonna actually create a keyframe for scale. I'm gonna move back and I'll change it to 0. Now what you wanna do is take the exact same expression as we used before and add it here to the expression window. Alright. So we got something like that, and now what we want to do is drag it more towards the right. And you know what, I feel like we could actually make it a bit bigger, so I'm gonna go to the second keyframe and I'm gonna bump it up. One more thing we could do is just right click, go to new, solid, and we're just gonna pick something like dark gray. Let's hit OK, I'm gonna drop it below everything. And this looks already pretty sick. I'm gonna turn on the motion blur and let's see. Alright, we're pretty much set, but one thing that is gonna make a lot of difference is actually adding a little bit of blur to this. So that way we're going to be able to focus more on avatar in the middle and also the nickname on the bottom. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is make sure to select this layer. Then I'm also going to take avatar and outline and I'm going to put it right below text bubble. And now between arrow and avatar, we're going to create a new adjustment layer. And this is going to be called blur. Here we're going to add Gaussian blur effect. And I'm going to create a keyframe for blurriness. We might also bump it up, so as you can notice the background is getting blurry. I'm gonna hit U, then you wanna take that keyframe over here. I'm gonna move to the right, and I'm just gonna decrease it, not all the way down, but more like 13. Okay, pretty cool. I'm just gonna work on the timing a bit. We might ease the keyframes. All right, and that's what we have. A pretty cool animation. Let me just show you how the inspiration looked like. All right, so here you have it side by side. I could probably work on the details a bit more. As you can notice, the nickname is a bit closer to the avatar here. And then the bubble is not perfect. We should probably make that circle over here in the middle smaller. But other than that, I feel like it's pretty good. Actually, the movement matches perfectly. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you found it insightful. Make sure to check out the video on the screen, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.